And Tim, you were born where?
Ashford, Arizona, August 22nd, 1926.
And what branch of service were you in?
U.S. Army.
And what countries did you serve in?
Before I do that, I served in the Southern Philippine Islands and also in Japan, in Tokyo, Japan, to be exact.
And what branch of service were you in?
Well, I was with the 8th Cavalry Regiment or the 1st Cavalry Division in and I joined them in the South Philippine Islands, about 60 miles south of Manila.
And you brought a couple of swords with you today. Could you tell us about those?
Well, okay. General MacArthur assigned us to for occupation duty in Tokyo. This was in September 2nd, 1945. And when we got to Tokyo, there were other units going to different Japanese military camps, and they were bringing out all their equipment, whatever they had, tanks, guns, rifles, and samurai swords. And we had a big area there where they were bringing these things, all this equipment, most of it anyway. And they had several truckloads of samurai swords and rifles, Japanese carbines, and the long rifle. I forget the exact the name of it. And so our our commanding officer said, "Well, if you guys want to take any of these in home, well, you're welcome to it. We'll give you permission," and which they did, and they gave us a signed, let's say, a signed document indicating that we were authorized to bring these home. So I was fortunate enough to get this. I had two samurai swords and a Japanese cavalry sword that the officer used. Generally, the Japanese military officers were the one that carried some of these, and so, like I'll say, I got two of these. I gave one to my granddaughter, and I still have these two samurai sword and I think it's a cavalry sword here. So I brought them home.
What was your most memorable moment while in the military?
Well, my first one actually was they dropped our Air Force dropped the two atomic bombs in Hiroshima, Japan, and Nagasaki, Japan, August 6th and the 9th. And some of the military officers, Japanese, did not want to surrender, but the Hirohito, the emperor at that time, he gave the order to the military to surrender. So the surrender actually was August the 15th of 1945, and we got the news in our unit there, and that the war was over. The Japanese surrendered on August 15th, actually. So we were all really happy and everything. We celebrated. It was the first memorable experience that I had. And so then General MacArthur, like I said, we continued, and they gave us the order to go to Tokyo to occupy the city. Uh, Going forward, then the next second memorable time was when our troop transport ship was going under the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. So we were sailing under there, and everybody was happy as all heck, to be back home. Because I served 17 months overseas. So that was my second memorable day that I had experienced.
And what kind of words of wisdom would you have for our young people today?
Well, I would say, of course, to obey their parents, try and get as much education as they can, and be a good citizen, as much as they can in their lifetime.
Well, Tim Santana, thank you so much for your service and for visiting with us today.
My honor, sir.